nail bosses, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to be doing a full set of Valentine's Day nails. So the first thing that I'm doing is going in with my 180 sanding band to remove the shine from the natural nail, and I'm using it at 6,000 RPMs. As always, following around the cuticle area first, going from the right side all the way over to the left side, and then just following the rest of the nail to make sure that you fully remove the shine. Remember that this prepping part is the most important part because it will cause lifting if you don't remove all of the shine. So after that, we're going to go in and apply the nail tips. I'm using the KDS glue, and of course whenever you're applying nail tips, you want to make sure that your nail tips fit exactly from sidewall to sidewall. You don't want them to be too big or too small, so literally perfect on the nail. You don't want to force it down because then the nail is going to want to come back up and eventually it will crack or lift. So remember, it's from sidewall to sidewall. After that, we're going to go in with the NC dehydrator. This is going to remove any of the oils left on the natural nail, if any. Just applying that on the natural nail and then going in with the NC primer. This is going to help the acrylic adhere better to the natural nail. Same thing, just applying this on the natural nail. After that, we're going to go in with our monomer, and I am using my NC monomer. We're going to go ahead and add that to the dapping dish and adding about 3 drops of my odor out drops in the scent rose. And then I'm going to use my number 14 oval acrylic brush. Before I use it, as always, just dipping it into my monomer to wipe my brush off and make sure it's nice and clean. And after that, we're gonna go in with my real nude acrylic, which is a part of my nude, or actually not nude, but it's a part of my core acrylic collection. As you guys can see, it's just a beautiful nude color. We're also going to be using the color Satin Brown. This one is from my nude collection. And then this one is in the color Prissy Pink, which is a beautiful pink. So we're going to go ahead and start with this ring finger, going in with my first bead, placing that in the middle of the nail, patting down, and then just basically moving the acrylic towards the tip just with a patting motion. And as I'm doing this, I'm being really gentle, and then after, we're just gonna start brushing it down towards the tip, making sure that as we're brushing, we're being really gentle because we just want to basically evenly distribute the acrylic throughout the nail and not brush it off the nail. So make sure that you're really gentle. The next bead we're going to place right above that first one. So same thing, just placing it down, patting, and then just brushing it down to blend it in with the rest of the acrylic. And when I'm brushing, I want to be really gentle to where I'm not brushing the acrylic all the way towards the bottom. We're literally just blending it in, because of course I'm trying to build my thickness and my apex, and so where I place the acrylic, that's where I want to build more of a thickness. So next bead, we're going to place it closer to the cuticle area, being really gentle to where we're not pressing too hard to where the acrylic will get on the skin. So same thing, just patting really gentle and then brushing down. And this bead, the third bead and the fourth bead, is what's going to build our apex. Your apex is the strongest area of the nail, and it should be the thickest part as well. And the reason why is because this is where your nail gets its strength from. So if you were to accidentally hit your hand or your nail on the wall, if your nail is really thin and doesn't have an apex, most likely it's going to break off. However, if you have a nice strong apex, then your nail is not going to break off. So really important. And then again, making sure that you get the acrylic as close as you can to the cuticle area, but not to where it's on the actual skin. And if it does get on the skin, just very quickly just go in with the very tip of your brush and just wipe right around that cuticle area. And then remember that as you're working, you want to make sure that you're constantly wiping your brush off on a paper towel, because you don't want the acrylic to get stuck in your brush. So we finished that ring finger. Now for this middle finger, we're going to be doing an ombre nail, but the tip is going to be marble, and then I'm going to do some hard glitter as well. So I did my clear first, did it over the entire nail, and then I'm going in with the color Prissy Pink and Satin Brown and just kind of swirling it in the middle to kind of marble it together. Just going in with a little bit more brown, and then I'm gonna go in with the hard glitter and just gonna do them randomly on the nail, on the clear parts. And of course I'm going in and adding just a little bit more clear, that way the hearts have something to stick to. And after this, I'm just going to go in with the Real Nude acrylic, and we're just going to do an ombre. So of course, as I'm placing this bead, I want to make sure that when I brush it down, I'm literally just blending it into the marble, because I don't want to brush it down too hard, because then it will take away from the marble look. So literally just right there where the marble starts, just blending it in, and then just placing another bead closer to the cuticle area. Same thing, just very gently placing it down, pushing it up towards the cuticle, and then blending it in with the bead that we already have there. And then after that, we're going to go in with our clear acrylic to just encapsulate everything and to finish building the apex of our nail. So this is what the marble ombre nail looks like. So up next for the pinky, I'm going to go in with a thin layer of clear over the entire nail. And then this one I'm just going to be doing pink. So I'm going to use the color Prissy Pink, placing that over the entire nail, and then of course coming back in and encapsulating it with the clear. That is what the pink nail looks like. Absolutely flawless. You guys know that pink is my all-time favorite color, so it's just so pretty. But next we're going to go in with same thing, just going in with a thin layer of the clear over this entire nail. And then we're going to be doing this nail just all brown, and it's going to be the color Satin Brown, which is a perfect brown. I know, like, I always have a hard time trying to find a perfect dark brown, because a lot of the time they almost look a little reddish or like a burgundy color, but this one is definitely that perfect brown color. Again, all of these acrylics are a part of my NC acrylic collection. I'll be sure to leave the link down below as well as my promo code so you guys can go check out my website. And really just everything or mostly everything that I use is from my website. Again, I'll be sure to leave the link down below. And then I forgot to mention, but the practice hand that I'm using is my practice hand from Vita Bella. I'll be sure to leave the link and the promo code down below so you guys can go check them out. But I absolutely love it. It's so easy to use. I do have videos on how to apply the nails on there and basically how to use your practice hand. If you need help with that, I'll be sure to link that down below as well. But anyways, after I finished doing my brown and we have a nice coverage, now I'm going in with the clear and just applying that over the entire nail. Now for the thumb, I'm going to go in and just do a layer of the clear over the entire nail. And then for this one, I'm going to be doing a reverse French tip. So I'm going to go in with the Real Nude acrylic and basically just creating my smile line. I did go in with a pretty large bead, so making sure that I'm working quickly. That way I'm able to basically just move it and just position it exactly where I want, especially the smile line. However, my acrylic does not dry too fast or anything. Like, I feel like it gives you just the right amount of time to work with it, whether you're a beginner or you've been doing nails for a while. Like, it's literally perfect for anyone. So that's one thing that I do like about it. But yeah, so I'm just going in and of course making sure that it's nice and even. And then right here, I'm just going in and just shaping up that smile line, making sure that it's nice and even and everything is nice and smooth. After we have that down, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna be doing hearts on the tip. So just doing a little bit more of the clear acrylic. That way everything or the glitter just sticks right onto the nail. Right here, I'm still just going in and trying to perfect that smile line. You can go in and kind of shape it up after it's dry, but it kind of looked already like good, so I didn't feel like I needed to go in and do any following. But I'm just going in and placing the glitter on the nail while the acrylic is still a little bit wet. That way it sticks on the nail really well. And then after that, I'm gonna go in and just encapsulate the entire nail with the clear. Alrighty, so we're done with the acrylic application and this is what the nails look like. Absolutely flawless, really nice and smooth. And this is before we do any shaping or filing. So up next, we're gonna go in with the 80/80 hand file and just filing both sides and the free edge at exactly a 90-degree angle. That way we get that perfect coffin shape. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but the nail tips that I'm using are my 3XL coffin nail tips. And like I said, just basically going in and redefining that shape and just making sure that I get rid of the little rough edges that are usually underneath the nail, and then that I just get the most perfect shape that I can. So again, filing the sides and that free edge at exactly a 90-degree angle. So after we finish shaping the nails, this is what we're left with. Definitely super pretty. So after that, we're gonna go in with my extra fine tapered drill bit. I'm using my e-file at 6,000 RPMs. Again, I am using my Macard Flawless Pro e-file, and I'm using it, like I said, at 6,000 RPMs, and just following around that cuticle area, making sure everything is nice and neat and also nice and smooth. So I'm going in and just following the rest of the nail as well. And remember that when you're using your e-file, you want to make sure that you're really careful with it, especially if you're a beginner. You want to make sure that you use it at a speed that you feel comfortable using it at, to where it's not going too fast or too slow. And then also remember that as you're working, you want to make sure that you always keep your e-file moving at all times. You don't want to leave it in one spot for too long, because it will cause friction and it's going to cause your client's nail to burn. Or if you ever feel like you're filing and your client kind of janked their hand away, is because it's burning. And I don't know if you've ever done that to yourself, but it's not a good feeling. So definitely make sure that you're really careful when using your e-file. Again, as a beginner, just use it at a low speed, and then as you get more comfortable and more experience, you'll be able to speed it up. But for at first, just slow it down a little bit. That way you don't cut your client as well. But we're just going to go ahead and file all of the nails. After that, we're going to go in and buff them. This is going to get rid of any of the scratches from the hand file or the e-file, so you want to make sure that you buff them really good. After we finish buffing, we're just going to dust the nails off, and then I'm going to go ahead and just wash the hand off. I do use a little manicure brush and just soap, and I just scrub the entire hand and the nails, because the dust gets really stuck to this practice hand, and that's the best way to just wipe it off or clean it off. So after I wash the hand off, now we're going to go in with the nail art. So for this pinky, I'm just going in and just doing a base coat to do my nail art. So just doing a base coat and then curing for 30 seconds. And I'm going to be doing some cherries, like some chocolate covered cherries. I don't know why I've been wanting to do this, y'all. But I didn't have, like, the red that I had was way too red. And so I just decided to mix red and a little bit of black to create more of a deeper red. And then I'm going in with my ANSI double-sided brushes. I'm using my number 7 brush. And I'm just going to go in and draw my little cherries. And I'm going to try to make them into like a heart shape if I can. And I'm just going to do 2 of those. And of course, I'm going to go in and cure the gel polish in between each little cherry for 15 seconds. Alrighty, so after I've done both of my cherries, I also didn't have a green that was like a little bit darker than the one you seen at first. So I also added a little bit of black to it, just going in and just drawing the stem and the little leaf. And then for the brown, I'm going to be using the color Hazel. What is it called? It's by D&D. It's in the color Walnut. I think it's walnut. I'll have to double check, but I think that's what it is. Yeah, I can't remember, but I'll be sure to leave it down below in the description. But I'm just going in and basically doing the brown on just the bottom of the cherry. That way it looks like it's dipped in chocolate, and actually look really good, y'all. Like I really don't do too much art because I feel like I can't draw, but I really been wanting to do some cherries covered in chocolate. So now I'm just going in and just kind of doing some little outlines to just kind of give it a little bit more detail. So just doing a little bit of white on the leaves and then also on the cherries to kind of make it look a little bit, just like I said, more detailed. So for the ring finger, I'm going to be just going in with my NC Gel top coat. And then I have these little bears that I've been wanting to use for a while. I got them on Amazon. I'll be sure to leave the link down below. But I'm just going to apply that with my hard gel. And it is kind of big, but Like I said, I've been wanting to use these little bears for a while, and I feel like they were perfect on this set. So next I'm gonna go in and just do another top coat, or a top coat on this finger, on the index finger, and then I'm using my 3D hearts. I have these hearts in pink, red, and just the white diamond as well. And like I said, all of these are available on my website. For the thumb, I'm just doing a chocolate drip coming from that smile line. And what else am I doing? Yeah, I think that's it for this finger, just the chocolate drip. Alrighty, so I don't know about y'all, but I felt like this, I was gonna leave just the heart in the middle, but I feel like it was a little too plain. So I decided to just go in and just add more red bling to it. So I'm just going in and just adding them, going down the nail. And then I'm also gonna go in and add some silver caviar to kind of match the silver diamonds that are already on the heart. And it turned out really, really pretty. So to apply the bling and the caviar, I use my same hard gel, which is available on my website. And then I'm also using my wax pencil to just pick up all of the stones. Alrighty, and lastly, we're gonna go in with the NC gel top coat and just applying that on the rest of the nails. Alrighty, y'all, so here is the final look. They turned out absolutely beautiful. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, but I am loving the bling, the colors, the teddy bear. Literally everything is so cute, and y'all look at my cherries. But anyways, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys next time.